Oh.
California Collegiate League action here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mitchell Fave, joined by Nicolette Rojo as we bring you some action between the Arroyo Seco Saints and the Orange County Riptide. The Riptide currently second in the CCL standings this season with a 7-4 record. They're one game back of the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Arroyo Seco Saints 4-6 in league action, 5-6 overall. Currently trying to stop a 3-game skid as they've fallen to San Luis Obispo, Orange County, Santa Barbara, and then the Academy Barons last night. It's a beautiful evening for baseball, 74 degrees. Coming up on first pitch, only a slight breeze blowing out towards left center field. Expected to cool down as the game gets along, as it usually does. But, like I said, beautiful, beautiful weather for first pitch.
Absolutely. I was going to say not a cloud in the sky, but there's a couple, but sun still out. Good day. Perfect weather, as you mentioned. It's not humid or hot, so which is a blessing if you're in Southern California, especially out here.
After a real hot week last week, it's been nice and cool this week. Usually it's been hovering in the mid-low 70s, which has been real nice. A nice little change for the time being.
Leading off for the Riptide.
Supposed to heat up next week, though, but until then, let's see if the Saints bats can heat up tonight.
So on the mound for the Saints, Colin King. He's making his third appearance on the season.
Do you need to post that right now? Last time Brandon had a commercial.
First pitch into Connor Obi is fouled off.
That was a foul ball.
Colin King in his 2 starts, 8 1/3 innings pitched. An ERA of 4.32. He's allowed 4 earned runs. Struck out 12 batters. 7 hits and 2 walks. 1-1 pitch fouled off. So the starting lineup for the Riptide. Connor Obi leading things off. Batting second, Blake Evans. Batting third, Carson Matthews. In the cleanup spot, Michael Peabody. Line drive into center field. Will drop in for a base hit, the first hit of the game. So batting fifth for the Riptide, Dylan Rock.
Now
batting sixth, Chad Crosby.
Shortstop,
in the 7th spot, Andre
15,
Antone. Batting 8th,
Blake
Joshua
Evans.
Solomon. And rounding things off, Blake Fadul. First pitch into Blake Evans. Fastball taken outside for ball 1. Defensive alignment for the Saints. So Colin King on the mound. Thomas McCarthy, his battery made behind the plate. Over at first base, Andy Garriolo. We've usually seen him over in left, but again, he's making the start at first this evening. David Rain is over at second base. Fouled off behind the third base dugout. Wyatt Stapp making his first appearance for the Saints this season. Over at third base. And over at shortstop, Drew Cowley. In left field, Anthony Forte. In center, Christian Scott. And in right field, Charlie Harrigan. He'll be taking kind of a jump towards second base. He goes. McCarthy can't quite get a good transfer, and so Obi will be in safely at second with a stolen base.
Riptide's showing off their speed and their aggressiveness on the base. They always do this, so look for, once again, they love the small ball play. Not a bad throw by McCarthy, but once again, that transfer to his throwing hand just wasn't smooth enough, hence the easy steal for Obi.
2-1 fastball catches the outside corner, evens up the count at 2. If you remember in last Friday's matchup against the Riptide, Blake Evans late in the game struck out by Isaiah Ramos. Started chirping words at each other at a little bench. Both benches cleared, although there was no actual physical altercations between the two teams. Full count now here to Evans. Riptide threatening early with a man on second and nobody out. Payoff pitch. Fouled off to the left side. The Saints going with the all-white look tonight. White tops, white pants. The Riptide, lighter blue tops and also white pants. Another foul off down the left field line. And I get it, summer ball, and it might not have a ton of uniforms, but it always kind of bugs me when both teams are wearing white. Hunter King steps off as Obi was trying to advance to third. He's in a rundown, and Drew Cowley will tag out Obi. So the Riptide, who were threatening early on with nobody out and a runner on second base, are now back to square one. Nobody on and one out.
Good awareness by the infield right there, knowing the threat from Obi and his speed. They were not fooled right there, especially King, and got the man out, scoring position.
So Blake Evans will get on with a walk.
Second baseman.
Could have been first and
5,
second with nobody out. Instead, a runner on first with one. Fastball in for a called strike one. Matthews, the Riptide second baseman, will be a sophomore at BYU next year. It's a smaller guy, 5'10", 180. On the previous broadcast with Matt, talked about how size doesn't really seem to matter in baseball anymore. Curveball misses outside. Matthews has appeared in 13 total games for the Riptide this summer, including non-league games. Batting .260. Pickoff over to first. Good throw, but Evans will be back in safely. King doing a good job varying his look so far. Keeping tabs over at Evans at first. Runner goes. Ball hit up the middle. Misplayed by David Reyna. So Carson Matthews will reach and Evans will advance on to second.
Good pitch from King, but
Now
just too bad Reyna couldn't stay on top of that. Good look too, but unfortunately sometimes the ball looked like the ball went over his glove as he was trying to scoop that up. But now if you're the Riptide, I expect a little hit and run coming up, especially with 2 on, 1 out, and a good hitter at the plate.
Michael Peabody, the cleanup hitter, into the box as he takes that first one low for a strike 1. And the Riptide going for the hit and run in that last at-bat. It was actually almost worked out perfectly in the Saints' favor. Frena handles that cleanly, able to touch second and throw onto first. But that error puts runners now on first and second with 1 out. One pitch to Peabody, a big cut when he comes up empty. Peabody hasn't played many games for the Riptide. He's batting .286. It only has 2 extra base hits, 1 double and 1 triple, but watching him during batting practice, he was hitting quite a few out over the right field wall. Runners go, throw down to third, will be in time. Blake Evans will be caught stealing on the throw down to third. Matthews will move up to second.
Perfect pitch, perfect location, and a better throw. An outside fastball. McCarthy was ready for it. Not a bad jump either by Evans, but again, good awareness from McCarthy to get the second out.
2-2 pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. And the Riptide, they threaten with 3 different base runners in the inning. Can't bring any around to score thanks to a nice pickoff from Colin King as well as a caught stealing. So we'll head to the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. So we're back for the bottom of the first here. Jackie Robinson field. Christian Scott will lead things off for the Saints. First pitch over to second base. Toss onto Antone.
No, that's fine. That's the brightest one now.
And Christian Scott is retired on the
Now
first
batting
pitch
for
that
the
he
Saints,
sees.
second baseman, number 4, David Reyna.
Good start for the Riptide, especially with momentum killer in the top of the first inning, having so many opportunities to score early, but a 1 pitch, 1 out's always a good start, especially, of course, if you're a pitcher. But
Ricky Reynoso on the mound for the Riptide. He got the start last week in the game against the Saints. Two pitches to Reyna and 2 swinging strikes. Lineup for the Saints. Christian Scott led things off. David Reyna in the 2 spot. Swings and misses for strike 3. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. 4 pitches needed for Reynoso so far.
For the Saints, shortstop, number 21, Drew.
So Drew Cowley now in for the Saints. He's batting third. Thomas Lovano, the designated hitter. Batting cleanup, Andy Garriola batting 5th. Wyatt Stapp batting 6th. Thomas McCarthy batting 7th. Charlie Harrigan batting 8th, and rounding things off, Anthony Forte. And the defense for the Riptide, so Ricky Reynoso on the mound. Joshua Solomon will be behind the plate. Andre Antone over at first. Carson Matthews at second. Ground ball to third. Fadul picks it, throw on to first. Good pick from Antone. And the side is retired on just 6 pitches. So the Saints can't get anything going. Real aggressive out in the box. They get nothing. We'll head to the second inning. It's a 0-0 ball game. Top of the second inning, as Dylan Rock, the Riptide designated hitter, will lead things off. First pitch of the inning misses low. Now Rock, in 11 league games this season, is 8th in the CCL in batting average, batting .378 in those league games, with 14 hits in 45 at-bats. Line drive to shortstop, snagged by Cowley. So loud first out here in the top of the second.
Almost had another base hit right here, but good
Now
defense
for the
by Cowley, playing
Riptide,
a little
right
bit
fielder, number 7,
in between
Chad
that hole,
Crosby.
between third and second. Well, that's shortstop, I should say, over at shortstop. And just good job tracking that ball and ready for that lineup.
First pitch to Chad Crosby, the right fielder, misses wide. Ball's popped up. Wyatt Stapp over at third. Shields his eyes from the sun, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning.
Those pop-ups are always hard to get with the sun right in your eyes, but a good job not only shielding yourself from the eyes, but not taking your eye off the ball despite the sun being right directly at him.
So Andre Antone now in the box. Takes the first pitch curveball in for a strike. Ball's bounced in the dirt. Antone batting .270 in 9 appearances. 10 hits, one of them being a home run. Check swing. Umpire says it was in the strike zone though, so 1-2 the count. Wasting no time. Two and two the count with 2 outs here in the second. Another curveball does not entice Antone to swing at it, so it's a full count. Payoff pitch to Antone, fouled off right over in front of us, behind the plate. Ground ball over to third, gets past the diving Stapp. So Antone will pick up a 2-out base hit.
Good pitch by King. Better job by Antone. And once again, he's shown his continues his success against the Saints. As last game against the Saints this past week, he's shown his success on both defense and offense. Once again, getting those hits on the payoff pitch.
Joshua Solomon is now in the box. Riptide catcher fouls that one off. Behind the plate and out of play. And one fastball. And Solomon kind of jump out of the way. 1-1 the count. Solomon attends Columbia Ivy League school. Ground ball over to third. Stapp boots it, picks it up, throws on to first, not in time. So Solomon will reach on the error by Stapp.
Now batting for the Riptide, third baseman, number 9, Blake.
It wasn't really a hard hit ball. I think Stapp just kind of took his eye on it, took his eye off it. Wanted to get the throw off before he had it. So it's first and second here with 2 outs. Ball skied into foul territory behind the third base bag. Cowley calls off Stapp. He'll make the grab for the final out of the inning. So the Riptide pick up 2 more base runners, 1 on a hit and 1 on an error. But they also leave those 2 men on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Still a scoreless ball game. You're listening to the Saints on YouTube Live. We're broadcasting home for Arroyo Seco baseball.
Number 15, Thomas Luvano.
Bottom of the second, as Thomas Luvano will step in to lead things off for the Saints. So Ricky Reynoso back on the mound. Only needed 6 pitches to get through the first inning. And a first pitch lead off out from Christian Scott. David Arena went down swinging on 3 pitches. And then Drew Cowley grounded out on the second pitch of his at-bat. So we'll see if the Saints kind of keep up their aggressive approach at the plate. So that one misses for Reynoso's first ball of the ball game. So 2-1 now to the Saints' designated hitter. Luvano had a big game on Saturday against the Foresters. Good changeup has Luvano off balance. 2-2 the count. So again, last Saturday, Luvano had himself a good ball game in the loss to the Foresters. Picked up a couple extra base hits, one of which probably should have been a home run and hit the yellow striping at the top of the fence out in Santa Barbara, but the umpires called it just a regular ball in play and not a home run. So he picked up 2 doubles in that evening contest instead of doubling a home run. Full count pitch to Luvano, check swing. Peeled down to first base as he did not go, and Luvano reaches base with a leadoff walk.
Now batting for
Good
the Saints.
patience and discipline right
First
there from
baseman,
Luvano, being
number
down
9,
0-2 quick
Garriola.
swing and misses, but is able to keep an eye on the ball and was able to recognize them away from the strike zone. Now we got a man on first with no outs.
Eddie Garriola, first pitch swinging line smash into right field. Ball hit a little too hard for Luvano to think about going to third, so it's first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the second.
Make that 2-on now, so
Now
good piece of
batting
hitting
for
from
the
Garriola,
Saints.
got his pitch,
Third baseman,
stayed with it.
number 14,
A little bit, got a lot of the
Wyatt
part of the plate,
Stapp.
and hit it hard to right field.
So Wyatt Stapp now in. Reynoso spins and looks Luvano back. And I said this was Stapp's first appearance. It's his first league appearance. He did play in Tuesday's matchup against the Ventura County Pirates. He went hitless in that matchup. So 1-1 count here to the left-handed hitting third baseman. Stapp rocking the stirrups, as is Garriola at first. The only 2 players for the Saints in the starting lineup who are doing so. Everyone else electing to go with the long pants. Again, first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Saints are threatening though. 1-2. Changeup misses outside. Evens up the count at 2.
And Stapp over at the University of Cincinnati this past season had 294 with 35 RBIs and 69 hits. Has shown to be a good contact hitter, making, as you mentioned, his debut.
Chopper over to first. The only play Antone will have is to step on first himself. So the play will work as a sacrifice. Runners now on second and third with 1 out.
Now batting
For
for
the
the
catcher,
Saints,
Thomas McCarthy.
catcher number 33, Thomas
I might have
McCarthy.
jinxed Stapp a little bit, but he did advance the runners.
Yeah, so it's like the rule is 9. Okay, yeah, so. Oh, okay, you have right. Awesome. Thank you.
And again, even if you don't get any runs on the board early, with 1 out, you have 1 out, 2 on in scoring position. So if you're the Saints, definitely need to take advantage of this.
First pitch in to the Saints backstop, misses high and outside. So the infield for the Riptide playing back, so they'll trade a run for an out early in the ball game, so not too surprising. 2-0 the count. Really the only thing that would not allow Lovano to score on a ball that's in play would be a ground ball right back to Reynoso or a hard ground ball to Fadul over at third. 2-0 curveball in for a called strike 1. Good take from McCarthy, not the pitch you're looking for on 2-0. Chopper over to third, but that'll get out of play. Count 2-2. So McCarthy runners on second and third, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless early in this ball game. McCarthy looking to change that though. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, late swing from McCarthy. He comes up empty. So 2 outs now here in the second.
Now batting for the Saints, right
So
fielder
the Saints will need a
number
base
10,
hit
Charlie
from Charlie Harrigan in order to get a run across. It's a good pitch, good 2-2 pitch from Reynoso. Whether or not he meant to leave that breaking ball high, kind of fooled McCarthy, got him to give a half-hearted late swing. Charlie Harrigan, the right fielder for the Saints. Looking to drive in the first runs of the ball game. 1 brushes Harrigan off the plate just a bit.
But I don't. And I took, like, literally.
Reynoso's doing a good job so far. Mixing his pitches, taking advantage, trying to got a lot of the Saints full so far.
And I don't understand, like, it got worse.
As Harrigan takes that pitch for a strike.
Like, okay, so this.
Reynoso utilizing his off-speed pitches to really get those strikes.
It's, like, super pixelated. And I, like, don't understand why this is
1-2 breaking ball in the dirt, but cut on and miss from Harrigan. So the Saints threaten, get runners on second and third with 1 out, but can't bring him in. So we'll head to the third. Scoreless ball game here in Pasadena.
number 2, Connor Obie.
Back for the third inning here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. It's Connor Obie, the Riptide leadoff hitter. Look to get things going. First pitch in. Check swing, but taken for ball 1. So both teams threaten early in this game in the second, but neither team able to bring any of those runners across the plate.
But then I did all of those shots I showed you with the continuous, and it still looked good. Go to like.
Curveball misses high. Obie singled in his first plate appearance to lead off the game. So he skies that one to right field. Harrigan will move on over to his left and make the one-handed grab for the first out of the third.
Now batting for the Riptide, shortstop number 15.
Good pitch from
Blake
King right
Evans.
there. Got him the jam. To jam it inside and to get that first out and right.
So Blake Evans now in the box. Walked in his first plate appearance, so 1-0. Fastball misses low. Evans walked in back in the first inning. Was caught trying to steal third.
I just thought I knew how to do it.
So that one misses outside. 3-0 the count. Fastball catches the plate. King already ready to go. Another fastball and another called strike, so King doing a good job to work that count back full after starting out 3-0. Again, he's ready to pitch once again. Starts his windup right as Evans puts the bat on his shoulder, fouled off behind the plate. Another payoff delivery, misses high and outside. So Blake Evans, still no official at-bats this evening, but he's reached base
Now batting
twice,
for
both
the
times on the walk.
Riptide, second baseman number 5, Carson Matthews.
Despite the early walks and hits from, or hit I should say, from the Riptide, King's doing a nice job pacing himself throughout this game. He's a quicker wind-up and a quicker delivery ensures the batters are on their, gets them on their toes a little bit, tries to throw them off, speed up the game.
I mean, aside from just now when he kind of stepped off, kind of readjusted himself, he's pretty much ready to go right as the batter's in the box. 1-0, another fastball that misses high and inside. Matthews, in his first at-bat, reached on an error. Riptide were going for the hit and run. Matthews hit it to second base, and Reyna could not quite field it cleanly. 2-0, fouled off. I'll get over the fencing behind home plate and we'll out of play.
Oh, we're gonna go like in between innings.
So 2-1 count to the Riptide second baseman. Pick off. Evans dives back in safely.
It's somewhere in the bushel.
cloud coverage rolling in, blocking the sun, so really not as many intense shadows. We're casting over the field. 3-1 the count. Okay. 3-1 pitch, the runner goes. Line drive down the left field line, and that'll just land foul. Matthews trying to put it where the 374 sign is, in the left field corner. Evans, I mean, even if he wasn't on the move, would have scored had that landed in fair territory. Evans has good speed. So 3-2 count. Ground ball to second base. Reynes can't quite handle it again, but he'll recover in time to make the play on over at first.
Now batting for
Good
the
decision by
Riptide.
Reyna not to throw it at
Left
second,
fielder,
even though
number 36,
Evans wasn't on the run.
Michael
Again, like you said,
Peabody.
good speed. You don't want to take that chance to throw it into the outfield, so it's better just to get the easy out over at first, which is something better than nothing. Sure, he's at second base in sprint position, but you do have 2 outs.
So 2 times Matthews has grounded to Reyna over at second, and 2 times Reyna's booted it. This time around, though, it was able to recover to at least record and out. So runner on second, 2 outs. Still a scoreless ball game. Michael Peabody, cleanup hitter, looking to change that for the Riptide. 0-1 fastball misses outside. Peabody has some decent pop in his bat. Doesn't necessarily need to hit an extra base hit for Evans to score. Evans with good speed will likely score on a hit to the outfield. That one's popped up foul behind home plate and into the stands.
After this game. Yeah.
Colin King steps off again. First time went for a new pitch. Second time wanted to keep Evans close. Gets the sign once more. Delivers broken back grounder over to short. Cowley trying to make the running throw, not in time. So Peabody will pick up a weak broken bat.
Now
Single
batting
runners on the
for the
corner here with 2
Riptide.
outs.
Designated hitter, number 22.
Pretty good
Dylan
pitch from King,
Rock.
as a broken bat usually determines a good sign from the pitcher, or for the pitcher I should say. But again, a tough throw on the left side of the infield, throwing it across to first, twisting its body around makes it a little difficult. And again, with Peabody with decent speed himself, was able to get on first. Men on corners now, 2 outs.
Cowley just couldn't get enough on the throw. Peabody on the move, throw down to second, not in time. Peabody picks up the stolen base.
Good throw and good applied, but just better job of sliding and a good jump from Peabody.
So the Riptide now threatened with 2 runners in scoring position. Ground ball over to shortstop. Cowley makes the backhand, the throw onto first, in time. Gets rocked by maybe half a step at the most. And so Colin King will once again escape a jam. The Riptide pick up 2 base runners, 1 on a hit, 1 on a walk, and will head to the bottom of the 3rd, still in a scoreless ball game. Bottom of the 3rd,
Leading
in
off
a
for the
scoreless ball
Saints,
game.
left fielder number 2, Anthony
Both
Forte.
clubs having good chances in the last couple innings to bring some runners around. But some clutch pitching and good defense kept both clubs off the board. So Anthony Forte, the left fielder, fly ball out to left center field. That'll get by Michael Peabody. And Forte will get in standing at second with a leadoff double here to start the 3rd.
Now
Forte
batting
did a
for
nice
the
job right
Saints,
there, staying on top
center
of that pitch, and
fielder,
it looked
number
like to
12,
be sort of a
Christian
routine fly
Scott.
out, but sliced a little bit away from Peabody, and he kind of lost, I wouldn't say lost track of it, but couldn't obviously track that down, and good job by Forte. Base running, looking at it, and easy double.
It's Christian Scott, first pitch line drive to short. Forte will have to hold at second. A good pick from Antone at first. Will retire Scott.
Now batting for the Saints,
Not really what you
second
want to see.
baseman number 4, David
If the ball's going to be in the
Reyna.
infield, it'll be on the right side to advance the runner. So again, Forte has to hold at second. So 1 out here in the 3rd. Only 2 pitches so far this inning. Forte took the first pitch of the inning to the left center gap for a double. Christian Scott also first pitch swing. He's only seen 2 pitches in this entire game. David Reyna watches the first pitch fastball sail high and outside.
The other Saints, you definitely want to continue to be aggressive, but at the same time look for the right pitches and recognize the areas to hit through, like you mentioned. Example, right side of the infield.
Ground ball to the second baseman. Matthews will make the toss over to first. So 2 outs here in the 3rd. But Forte on the ground out will move over to 3rd.
Now batting for the Saints, shortstop number 21, Drew
You
Cowley.
may have not gotten the hit, but you advance the runner 90 feet away from getting on the board here. So again, whatever you can do to help your team, do what you can do.
First pitch into Cowley. Breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. Cowley on the season batting just shy of 300, 294 clip. Driven in just 1 run. Ground ball to first, Antone will make the pick on it. He'll take it to first himself for the final out of the inning. The Saints pick up a double here in the third, but leave him stranded. So we head to the fourth inning. Still a scoreless ball game here in Pasadena. You're listening to Saints on YouTube Live. You're broadcasting home for Arroyo Seco baseball.
Leading off for the Riptide, right fielder number 7, Chad
Top
Crosby.
of the fourth inning at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Chad Crosby, the Riptide right fielder, will lead things off. Colin King out for his fourth inning of work. First pitch from him misses low. Fastball from King. Catches the low and outside corner. Evens up the count at 1. Fly ball into left field. Forte will head towards the line, but stop short of it and make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Riptide, first baseman number 30, Andre Antone.
Nice jobs by the Saints right there. Good quick out. Got him to jam him inside. 1 down. That's McCarthy. Actually, a little mound visit coming up.
So Milan will actually go out to the mound and take Colin King out of the game. Pitching change for the Saints. As looks like Cade Bullinger will be out on the mound for the Saints in relief of Colin King. We'll tell you more about him and continue the fourth inning after this quick timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. There's a pitching change for the Saints. Now on the mound, number 18, Cade Bollinger from Texas State.
We resume action here in the fourth inning. Get a pitching change for the Saints as Cade Bollinger will come on in relief for Colin King. First pitch fastball misses wide. Bollinger making his fourth appearance on the season in his previous three. As ball is skied into shallow right. Harrigan will call off Garriola and Reyna, make the grab for the second out.
Now batting for the Riptide, catcher number 4,
previous three appearances,
Joshua
Bollinger
Solomon.
He's pitched 10 innings, allowing 9 earned runs. It's an 8.10 ERA. Struck out 8 batters, walked 3. Also surrendered 16 hits. He also does have a win next to his name. 1-0 misses to Joshua Solomon. Riptide catcher for this evening's ball game. 2-0 fastball, another fly ball to right field. This one a bit deeper than the previous. Harrigan will give a little skip as he makes the grab for the final out of the inning. So we head now to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Still a scoreless ball game.
Leading off for the Saints,
Thomas Lovano, Andy Garriola, and Wyatt Stapp, the 3 to lead things off for the Saints here in the bottom of the fourth. Ricky Reynoso out for his 4th inning of work. Only needed 33 pitches to get through the first 3. In part thanks to a 6-pitch bottom of the first. Lovano walked in his first plate appearance. Takes the first pitch of the inning. High and outside for ball 1. So you're now starting to hear the hum of the lights here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. As well, the sun hasn't completely gone down. Some cloud coverage has darkened things here at the ballpark. 2-0 changeup just catches the low part of the plate. Lovano and the entirety of the Saints dugout not liking the call. 2-1 pitch, fastball. This one misses low. Looked at about the same spot as the pitch before. This one goes in the Saints' favor. Looking at the weather now with the cloud coverage. That one is grounded. Diving stop from Blake Evans, but he'll have no play as Lovano will reach first base with a single.
Now batting for the Saints, first baseman number 9, Andy.
Good job by Lovano
Garriola.
staying on top of that ball. Looks like to be a little bit inside the plate, and a good stop by Evans, but once a good effort by Evans, but it was just too far. And Lovano was already going to easily make it anyways.
Garriola first pitch swinging once again, chops it to the third base coach. Again with the cloud covers the weather. First pitch temperature was about 74, 75. It's dropped down to 70 degrees. And actually looking, there's a slight chance of rain in the late night, early morning. About a 30% chance that lasts from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So it's an interesting summer weather we're getting this week. Ground ball over to short, another sliding stop from Evans. Doesn't have the play at second, throw on to first. Not in time. So 2 straight singles in roughly the same spot in the 5-6 hole.
Now batting
Both
for
times
the
a good
Saints,
diving stop
third
from Blake
baseman
Evans.
number 14, Wyatt Stapp.
Risky decision to throw it to first with Garriola. Garriola already safe, especially because Anton was facing away from the infield, not expecting that throw, but luckily for the Riptide, it went and didn't go by the first baseman.
So Wyatt Stapp in for his second plate appearance, grounded out in his first. So spins and looks Lovano back. So finally gets the sign. Fouled off. Well beyond the third base dugout. So Stapp hitless in his first 6 plate appearance. 0 for 5. Reached base on a walk in the first game that he played in this young CCL season. Another chopper over to first. Anton makes the throw on to second, gets by Evans, and Lovano will come around from third to score on the error. Garriola will trot on over to third, and Stapp will hold on over at first.
Now batting for the Saints,
An odd little play.
catcher number 33,
Anton on the
Thomas
throw down to
McCarthy.
second. I don't know if it got in. I don't know if Garriola maybe blocked the throw and Evans couldn't quite see, but I don't think he was shielding himself from something as the ball came in and just got by him.
Also good base running for the Saints and taking what they can get, especially struggling so far early this first half of the game. You take what you can get, and still no outs. Men on the corners.
So men on the corners. Nobody out. 1-0 the count to Thomas McCarthy. He takes that curveball low. So the Saints, after all that's gone on this ball game, will pick up the first run of the ball game. They have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball lined foul behind the plate off the fence. 2-1 pitch, runner moves. Line drive that gets into center field, and on the hit and run, Stapp will advance all the way to third. McCarthy holds at first. Garriola will score, and the Saints now have a 2-0 lead.
Perfect overall play right there by the Saints. Great job by McCarthy at the plate, recognizing that ball got a lot of the plate, staying on top of it, hit it into the hole between short and third, and again, good base running.
Now batting
to have
for the Saints.
continue
Right
not only
fielder,
score an
number
extra
10,
run, but have
Charlie
men on bases once
Harrigan.
again with no outs.
Kind of a scary hit. When teams put the hit and run on as a batter, you want to put the ball on the ground, so that way no chance of doubling up. Line drive, just able to get past Evans, who had vacated his spot at short. As a result, Stapp was able to get all the way to third. Fly ball into left field. Stapp will come on in to score. Credit Harrigan with a sacrifice fly, and on the throw home, McCarthy will move on over to second.
Once again, give good credit to
Now batting for the
the Saints here, this bottom of the
Left
fourth inning.
fielder, number 2.
Once again, like I said, taking what they can get. And sure, there may not be bombers or the prettiest runs, but against a red-hot team like the Riptide, Reynoso is pitching extremely well to this, still pitching well. You take what you can get, and you go on next pitch, next inning, so forth.
So 1 out here in the fourth. The Saints still threatening with another man in scoring position. A 3-0 lead. Anthony Forte, the 9-hole hitter for the Saints. Ground ball to the, actually Carson Matthews makes a good stop, keeps the ball from getting into the outfield. Ball that was hit up the middle.
Now batting
Because
for the
Matthews
Saints,
is able to keep the ball in the
center
infield,
fielder, number
not making
12,
the play at first, keeping
Christian
McCarthy
Scott.
held at third. So men on the corners with 1 out. Christian Scott in for his third plate appearance. Takes a first pitch curveball in for a strike. Good idea from Reynoso to go with the first pitch curveball, as Scott in his first 2 plate appearances only saw 1 pitch in both times. Ground ball to second, bobbled by Matthews. By the time he recovers, can't make the throw in time to first. And so Scott will get on board. McCarthy will come on in to score. And Forte moves to second.
Now batting for the Saints, second baseman, number 4.
If you're the Riptide,
David
you got to do a better job
Reyna.
of fielding those baseballs. Again, with the Saints taking advantage, being aggressive on the plate and on base. It's important to get them out as soon as possible, especially with good, speedy defense for the Riptide.
So 0-1 to David Reyna. 4 runs and have now come in to score for the Saints in the bottom of the fourth. Thanks to a couple base hits and as well as a couple errors from the Riptide. So for runners on first and second, still 1 out. Reyna fouls that one off. Behind the plate will get over the fence and out of play. A 1-2 count for the second baseman. Looking over at the Saints dugout. Bollinger just kind of moving around, keeping himself warm after this long bottom half. So looks Forte back to second. And also a reset. 1-2 pitch. Another foul from Reyna. This one down the right field line. So 4 already in for the Saints in this half of the inning. Still looking to add more. And another foul from Reyna. 3 straight fouls.
If anything, they're modifying.
The third 1-2 delivery cut on and missed by Reyna. He'll go down swinging for the second out.
Now batting for the Saints.
Good patience from
Shortstop,
Reynoso and good
21,
communication between him and
Drew
Solomon. As you've
Cowley.
seen, Solomon kind of adjusted himself a little bit to the right side of the plate, kind of going for that curve, and got him with some decent sink action to get the second out and the punch out.
Fastball into Cowley. It's in there for a called strike 1. Reynoso really been utilizing off-speed pitches. Has served him well for the most part, except for this inning. Fly ball into left center field. Peabody will call off Obi and make the grab for the final out of the inning, but not before the Saints pick up 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th. So we'll head now to the top of the 5th. Saints lead 4-0. You're listening to the Saints on YouTube Live. You're broadcasting home for Arroyo Seco baseball.
Number 9, Blake Fadul.
Top of the 5th inning at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Cade Bollinger back on the mound. Came in for relief of Colin King in the middle of the 4th. Final line on Colin King, throws 3 1/3 scoreless innings. 62 pitches thrown, struck out 1 batter, walked 2, surrendered 3 hits. Not in line for the win as he came out before the end of the inning and before the Saints could put the 4 runs up on the board. Popped foul. So a 1-2 count to Blake Fadul. the 9-hole hitter for the Riptide. Fastball catches the outside corner, called strike 3. Duel head back to the bench.
Now batting
Now
for
one
the
out in the
Riptide,
inning.
center fielder, number 2.
Things turn
Connor
over for the
Obi.
Riptide. Connor Obi in for his third plate appearance.
One of them got it.
Fastball misses high and outside. Obi singled in the first inning, flew out in the third. The pitch fouled off behind the plate and into the fence. Line drive into left field. Diving catch by Anthony Forte. Came in charging, laid out, made the grab.
Now batting for the Riptide.
Great
Shortstop,
defense
number
by
15,
Forte. Started off
Blake
with the jump. As soon as he
Evans.
saw that ball in the air, he instantly charged at it, which is already a good sign as a defender, and perfect timing, getting his glove out, able to, and a better job being able to hold on to that ball as well.
Great.
Nice stop.
Great read on the sinking liners. That high chopper from Carson Matthews will result in an infield single.
Now batting for the Riptide, second baseman, number 5.
Going back to that play
Carson Matthews.
from Forte, a really good read on the line drive from Obi, a sinking liner. Was able to lay out, get the glove just under the ball as it was about to touch grass. And if we had a full-on production and had a nice overhead camera view, I'd say nominate that for Sports Center Top 10. But we don't, so you'll just have to go with my word for it. It was a great catch. One count to Matthews.
Who says you have to be in the College World Series to have a top 10 Sports Center top 10 worthy play?
Nice chopped foul towards the dugout. 2-2 the count. Matthews 0-2 on the evening. Reached on an error in his first plate appearance, grounded out in his second. And his pop foul down the right field line. So Evans on at first. Was reached base safely in all 3 plate appearances. Walked in his first 2 and then the single. 2-2 the count. Evans on the move. Ground ball up the middle. Reyna will not be able to make the play. Good charge from Christian Scott. We'll have Blake Evans hold at second.
Now
So
batting
runners
for
on
the
first and
Riptide,
second with 2 outs
left fielder,
in the top
number
of the 5th.
36, Michael
So left fielder
Peabody.
Michael Peabody will look to drive in at least 1 run. So on the hit and run, Reyna was moving over to cover second, but still just out of his reach on that ground ball up the middle. So Peabody takes a healthy hack at that first pitch from Bollinger. Tried to tempt Peabody with the high cheese.
I'm good for now.
A 1-1 pitch. Chop foul. Right behind McCarthy. So it's a 1-2 count. Again, runners on first and second. Saints currently with a 4-0 lead in the top of the fifth. Bollinger steps off, looks Evans back. Evans has been on the move at least one time. Every single time he's been on base. 1-2 fly ball into left field. But it'll land in foul territory. Too far of a run for Forte, Stab, or Cowley. Line drive to second base, but right at David Reyna. And he'll hold on to it for the final out of the inning. The Riptide pick up 2 base runners. Can't bring them around. Leave the 2 men stranded. It's 7 now on the game for the Riptide. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Saints leading 4-0.
Welcome back here. Heading to the bottom of the fifth inning. Saints up 4-0. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Riptide. Number 47, Andrew Davis. He will face Lovano, Garriola, and Stapp this bottom of the fifth inning.
Leading off for the Saints, designated hitter, number 15, Thomas Lubano.
Thomas Lovano will step in the batter's box for the Saints. 1 for 2 with the walk and a single.
With the new pitcher on the mound, the final line for Ricky Reynoso, 4 innings pitched. Gave up 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. Struck out 4 batters, walked 1, and surrendered 6 hits. And he's also on the hook for the loss, should this lead hold.
Two no count to Lovano. Davis on the year in 2 innings. Has struck out 3, gave up 1 hit. Two and 0 pitch. Lovano hits that to left, but in play for Peabody with the first out.
Now batting for the Saints, first baseman, number 9, Andy Garriola.
So Andy Garriola, the first base, playing at first base this evening. Up now for the Saints. 2 for 2 with 1 RBI single. First pitch goes behind Solomon, 1-0.
Garriola 2 for 2 on the evening. He's also scored a run.
Garriola fouls that into the stands. Even count now at 1-1. Misses low, 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1. Fouls that back. And into the trees. Even count now at 2-2.
With those 2 foul balls, you know, Garriola's got his timing right. So they're both fouled off straight back behind the plate. Just kind of has to get even playing with the ball. Be able to drive it out into center field.
2-2. Fouls out. Count remains even at 2-2. Wyatt Stapp on deck. The 2-2 to Garriola. Good eye, misses low. Full count now.
Make sure you all stay tuned because Eli Reichman will be coming on the broadcast in the 6th inning for an interview.
As Garriola hits that in the dirt, goes through the third base hole for a base hit. So Garriola, we're 3 for 3 with 3 singles.
Now batting for the Saints,
On
third
board
baseman,
with 1 out
number 14,
for Wyatt Stapp.
Wyatt Stapp.
Just a hard hit ground ball that got by the outstretched Fadul. So Garriola, perfect 3 for 3 on the night so far.
So this brings things up for Wyatt Stapp, the third baseman, who had a sac ground out and reached on an error in his last appearance. Takes first pitch low, 1-0.
And both at bats that hit a chopper to first base. The last one, Antone tried to throw to second to start a double play. Made a bad throw, and that resulted in the first run scored of the ball game.
1-0, swings and misses that cutter, 1-1. One on, 1 out, 1-1 count to Stapp. Thomas McCarthy on deck. 1-1. Swings and misses again, 1-2.
Had Stapp timed up for the fastball. So the previous pitch had him swinging on an outside fastball, and that one pulled the string on him. He was way out in front of that changeup.
The 1-2 pitch. Gets a piece of it and fouls it back. Just above us. Count will remain at 1-2.
He tried to go with the changeup again. This one a little bit more towards the outside corner. Good job by Stapp to get a piece of it and stay alive.
So the at-bat will continue at 1-2. And Stapp fouls that out of play on the left side.
He doesn't have one. He's undecided.
Stapp staying alive and battling in this at-bat with the count remaining at 1-2. 1 out. Garriola on first.
Davis been living on the outside corner this at-bat. We'll see if maybe tries to change things up and get Stapp on an inside pitch.
And Stapp once again fouls that out of play. On the third base side. Davis gets his sign. The 1-2 again. Misses low. Try to get him to chase that one, but evens the count now at 2-2.
Nice long at bat from Stapp. This will be the 8th pitch.
The 2-2 pitch. Fouls that out of play. Count will remain at 2 apiece.
Pretty far. Two of them went in the same direction. Go.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 1 down. Garriola on first. 2-2 pitch to Stapp. And he hits that at a right field base hit. Garriola was stopped at second. And after a long at-bat for Stapp, he hits that to right field and reaches on a single. So 2 on with 1 out for McCarthy.
You know, Stapp a little
Now
bit out in
batting
front
for
of
the
that
Saints.
off-speed pitch.
Catcher,
Still got enough
number
barrel on it to
33,
get a
Thomas
soft line
McCarthy.
drive into right field. Good piece of hitting and a great at-bat.
So this brings things up for Thomas McCarthy, the catcher. One for 2 with a strikeout and a single. RBI single, I should say. As he takes that first pitch, a little low, 1-0. Still only 1 out for the Saints. Garriola on second. Stapp at first. The 1-0 to McCarthy. Hits that to right field. Now we'll, and a nice catch from Crosby as he runs down, nearly foul, and he throws that quickly back into the infield. Does not advance the runner.
Now batting for the Saints,
And Crosby had a
Right fielder,
long way to
number
go
10.
on that one.
Charlie
Was able to
Harrigan.
hustle over and make the grab. He reached down and caught it instead of trying to make a sliding stop on the catch. Because of that, was able to stay on his feet and get a good throw in and hold Garriola at second.
First pitch to Charlie Harrigan is a strike. The outside corner, 0-1. Harrigan on the evening struck out and had a sac fly in his last at bat. The 0-1. And Harrigan fouls that out of play. Quick 0-2 count for Andrew Davis. Davis trying to get out of this inning after allowing a couple of hits. The 0-2 misses outside. 1-2 now for Harrigan.
Not a bad pitch, a fastball. Tried to catch the outside corner. Missed just wide.
The 1-2 in the dirt gets blocked by Solomon. Evens the count now at 2-2. Anthony Forte, the left fielder, on deck. Two-two pitch. Misses outside. Full count now at 3-2. Runners would likely go.
Yeah, so 3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be on the move. A single will easily score Garriola. But a ball that hits a gap.
Payoff pitch. And Harrigan fouls that out of play.
Ball that hits a gap has a chance of scoring Stapp all the way from first.
Saints looking to do some damage in this bottom half of the fifth inning. With 2 on, 2 outs, a full count. Runners on the move. And ball 4. Bases are loaded now for the Saints. And Anthony Forte, who's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Now up to bat.
Now batting for the Saints, left fielder, number 2, Anthony Forte.
So bases loaded now for Forte. Looking to drive in some runs. The bases loaded. First pitch. Jumps on that fastball but fouls it out of play. 0-1. Garriola third. Stapp at second. Harrigan at first. 2 outs. Saints up 4-0. The 0-1. Swings and misses at that breaking ball. 0-2 now to Forte.
So Forte already with 2 hits on the night. Looking to add more. Doing so would give the Saints an even bigger lead.
The 0-2 pitch. Misses low. 1-2.
Seen Andrew Davis likes to go to that changeup. Went for it there. But a good eye from Forte, taking that pitch low.
One, two. Swings and misses. Goes back again with the changeup. Late movement. We will head to the top of the 6th inning, but don't go away. When we return, Eli Reichman, for this pitcher for the Saints, will be on for the broadcast. After the end of 5, Saints remain up 4-0. You're watching YouTube Live, the official network of Arroyo Seco Saints baseball. welcome back. Heading to the top of the 6th inning here. Saints up 4-0. Bollinger's still on as he chops that a third. Long throw for Stapp, and he got him. So 1 pitch, 1 down, and we are joined live with Eli Riekman out of Plynn College. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Why did you decide to come out to Southern California for some summer baseball action?
Now
Southern
batting for
California
the
has some good
Riptide,
weather,
right
and,
fielder,
I know the
number
competition
7,
is really good,
Chad
so I figured,
Crosby.
why not?
How did you go about adjusting to a new environment, a new team, and new teammates? And how do you bond with them, your pitching partner, etc.?
Well, I mean, we're all here together. I mean, we all live together, so I mean, it's easy to get close right away. And I mean, just playing baseball together makes us be really close and helps us bond.
As Crosby takes that pitch, even count now 1-1. So describe your typical routine before a game.
Before a game, usually I'll wait.
Bollinger slips off the base.
But yeah, usually before a game, I'll just wait until around an hour before game time, and then I'll start my warm-up routine with bands and stretches and everything.
First
And then
baseman,
I
number
usually long
30,
toss and stay
Andre
warm if I'm
Anthem.
relieving.
So Blaine, it's a 2-year university, right? So you have any plans set for next year? Or?
Not 100% as of now, but I mean we're working on that right now.
As I noticed last week after one of your appearances, I think it was a guy from Cal State LA was talking to you. So
Yeah, he spoke to me. We talked about next year and whatnot. Don't know what we're going to as of now.
So what's your go-to pitch on the mound?
I'd have to say fastball or slide. I'd say slider.
Now, I always ask this question to the guys on the
Now
broadcast.
batting for the
Favorite
Riptide,
go-to meal,
catcher,
whether it's
number
before a
4,
game.
Joshua Sullivan.
Favorite go-to meal.
A lot of them said Chipotle. I was going to say Chipotle, but Chipotle.
Favorite go-to meal. Probably just a grilled chicken sandwich from somewhere. I mean, I'm from Texas, so some of the restaurants I go to probably aren't here. But yeah, a grilled chicken sandwich, something light, and give you a lot of energy for the game.
So being from Texas, I gotta ask: are you a Whataburger versus In-N-Out? You know, what's your opinion?
I honestly do think In-N-Out is better, but I feel like that's also because I've had Whataburger my whole life, and In-N-Out's just something new.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I've been to Texas once, and it was just at the Dallas airport, and I didn't have it, so I haven't tried it just yet. Close friend of mine moved there. I don't know if she's tried it, but yeah, good answer. Anything on your bucket list for Southern California?
I'd just say really just get out and go explore while I'm here. Make sure to hit up all the beaches. Just experience all of California while I'm here.
Is this your first time out here?
I've been one time when I was like a little kid, and we went to Northern California, like the Redwoods and Yosemite.
Okay.
So this is the first time in Southern California.
Okay.
What has been, your favorite part about being out here so far?
The weather, without a doubt. Right now, we'd be sweating in Texas, just sitting here. Feels great.
Yeah, I go to TCU, and so I'll check the Fort Worth weather, and it was like 92 degrees yesterday.
Joke's on them.
Some with like 70% humidity. I'm like, I'm glad to be back here right now.
So what's the best advice that you've ever gotten from a coach in your entire life?
Just play catch. I mean, that's all it is. Pitching for me or just for anyone is you just got to play catch with a catcher, make good throws, really not overthink it.
Now, if you were in this scenario right here, Bollinger little situation, you got 2 on with 1 out, 1-2 count, a decent hitter at the plate. How would you handle this?
Right here, I throw a fastball inside, strike him out, strike out the next guy.
I like it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Quick timeout. 2 on for the Riptide. 1-2 count to Josh Solomon. Reached on an error and fly down his last at bat. 1-2. In the dirt, good block by McCarthy. Evens the count now at 2-2. So do you have a particular favorite artist or type of genre of music that you would listen to before a game?
Definitely like hip hop, rap type of stuff, just to get me going, a little upbeat, pump me up kinda. Artist though, I'm not really sure. I like Kid Cudi, but I mean, other than that, I can't really think of anyone.
Perfect height to hype up to, really.
Yeah.
With the 2-2, swings and misses. That inside. With a little off movement.
Now batting for the
Last second,
Riptide.
2 down.
Third baseman, number 9, Blake Fadul.
So when you're on the mound, obviously you talk about just playing catch, but what your mindset, are you always kind of trying to go for a strikeout, or does it kind of just depend on?
It just depends on the pitcher, but I'd say most of the time you shouldn't be going for the strikeout, really just playing for the team. But I mean, I figure if you strike out everyone, I mean, no one else has to do anything. So I mean, that's the ultimate goal, but usually doesn't happen.
Favorite pitcher that you look up to, past or present?
And
/ or.
My favorite pitcher, I like Andrew Miller a lot. He's with the St. Louis Cardinals, my favorite team, and I just love the way he pitches because I'm a lefty too. And I like Marcus Stroman just because he's a little guy like myself, and he really does well, sets an example for little people.
Brings a good attitude too.
Hard over height. 2-0 count as Fidel hits that to deep right field, and that will go down for a hit. 1 run is in. And the Riptide will get on board. 4-1. RBI double scoring Crosby.
Now batting for the Riptide, center fielder, number 2,
That's something we
Connor
really can't seem to get
Obi.
away. I feel like every single time we've got someone on, at least 1 run tends to be scored, which is kind of a thing.
Top of the lineup here as first pitch to Connor Oob is a strike. 0-1. Now, if you're in this specific scenario, what's your mindset?
2 outs, do exactly what he just did. Pop out or ground out. Get the team in.
As the ball nearly gets out of the glove, but that will do it for the top of the 6th inning. The Saints still up, but the Riptide do get a run back. Saints will be up to bat at the bottom of the 6th. Remain 4-1. Thank you to Eli Riekman for joining us in this broadcast.
Pleasure.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Center fielder, number 12, Christian
And
Scott.
welcome back to Arroyo Seco Saints baseball on YouTube Live. Bottom of the 6th inning here. The Saints up to bat, top of the order. A new pitcher for the Orange County Riptide, number 34, Justin Lewis, out of Texas Tech University, home of the Red Raiders. First pitch is high, 1-0. Lewis on the year, 4 innings, walked 3, gave up 3 hits, struck out 2. Scott takes that ball outside, 2-0. Just misses inside, 3-0.
Lewis really has a funky delivery lefty with a sidearm, almost submarine type action.
Gets that one in the middle of the plate, 3-1. Good hitters count for Scott, who has 2 ground outs and reached on an error in his last appearance. 3-1 and hits Scott on the backside, so he will take a base. 1 on for David Reyna, the second baseman.
And hit him square in the
Now
back.
batting for the
I was about to say,
Saints,
you know, with
second baseman,
Lewis
number
being
4,
that sidearm
David
lefty, especially as a
Reyna.
left-handed hitter, it's tough to pick up out of the hand.
Brings things up for David Reyna, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. Throws it over the first and nearly picks off Scott, but he's back in there safely.
It was a good pickoff move, had Scott leaning.
First pitch to Reyna is high, 1-0.
Yeah, Lewis has that high leg kick, and he's looking over at first base almost until he releases the pitch. It's a tough read at first base.
Tries to pick off Scott once again. Back in there safely. The 1-0, way outside, 2-0. And that ball gets away from Solomon off of his glove. Scott will advance to second and get himself in scoring position. 3-0 count to Reyna. Drew Cowley, shortstop, on deck.
Lewis really struggling with his command. 8 pitches so far in this inning. Only 1 has been a strike. Can't find the zone, and Bauman missed the most so far and allowed Scott to advance to second.
And a 4-pitch walk to Reyna. 2
Now
on,
batting for the Saints,
no outs.
shortstop,
Drew
number
Cowley will
21,
be up to bat.
Drew Cowley.
0 for 3 with a pair of groundouts and a flyout. Saints looking to get back the run they earned at the top of the 6th inning. With Scott in scoring position. Reyna, who just drew a 4-pitch walk on first. The first pitch is inside, 0-1. The 0-1, same location, got that inside corner once again, 0-2.
For Lewis with his fastball really getting away from him early on in this inning, now relying on his sliders to this left-handed hitter get those strikes in.
The 0-2 pitch. Try to get up with the high fastball. Doesn't flinch. 1-2 now. Two on, no outs. Saints up 4-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-2 to Cowley. And that ball goes back, chasing center field. And the runner, well, Scott will tag up and easily reach third. Connor Oob with the catch. One
Now
down.
batting
Man
for
on
the
corners.
Saints.
On the corners.
Designated
For
hitter number
Thomas
15,
Lovano, the DH.
Thomas Lovano.
Bono with the chance to add some insurance run, or at least one insurance run. Runners on the corner.
Lovano walked, singled, and flied out in this game. First pitch, chops it back to Lewis, and we get the out at first, but that will drive in Scott, and they do get that insurance run. Now up 5-1.
Now batting for the
Definitely
Saints.
not the hardest hit ball
First baseman
we've seen,
number 9,
but it gets the
Andy
job done at chopping it.
Garriola.
Gets Lewis running backwards. A good read from Scott over at third base. Allows him to come in easily on the ground out.
First pitch to Andy Garriola, misses above the belt, 1-0.
Garriola has singled in all 3 of his plate appearances so far this evening. Love to make it a perfect 4-for-4.
2-0 count to Garriola. The 2-0 swings and misses. 2-1.
2-0, Garriola was looking for that fastball. Instead got the changeup, was out in front of that one.
Two one. Misses low and away. Good hitters count for Garriola, 3-1. Wyatt Stapp on deck, the 3-1. Misses low, and ball 4, Garriola will reach first as he draws his first walk on the evening.
Now batting
Brings
for
things
the
up for
Saints.
Wyatt Stapp.
Third baseman number 14, Wyatt Stapp.
Stapp with a ground out, reach on an error, and singled after singled his last plate appearance. First pitch is in the dirt, nice block by Solomon. 1-0.
The ball kind of got away from Solomon, but because it was up the third baseline, be a much easier throw to get Randa if he decided to try and advance, and would be had the ball gone pretty much anywhere else.
Stapp hits that straight to Oob, center field. We will head to the top of the 7th inning. After 6 innings, the Saints gain back an insurance run, now up 5-1. You're listening to Saints Baseball on YouTube Live, the official broadcasting network of Arroyo Seco Baseball. welcome back to Jackie Robinson Field, home of the Arroyo Seco Saints. Top of the 7th inning. Cade Bollinger back on the mound as first pitch to Blake Evans, the shortstop, misses away. 1-0. Evans with 2 walks and an infield single. Swings and misses that breaking ball. 1-1. Bollinger will face Evans, Matthews, and Peabody. 1-1. Gets that outside corner. 1-2. The 1-2. Fouls that back above our heads. Count remains at 1-2. Two again. Misses away and low. Even to the count now at 2-2. Temperature in Pasadena has dropped to 67 right now with a slight breeze. 2-2. Little chopper, a little interesting chopper, but Garriolo will easily grab that and step on first for the first out.
Now batting for the Riptide, second baseman, number 5, Carson Matthews.
Carson Matthews, the second baseman, up now for the Riptide. He fouls that first pitch out of play. 0-1. He reached on an error, grounded out, and singled this evening. The 0-1. Doesn't chase after that one. Evens the count now at 1-1. Pitch gets that corner. Matthews didn't like the call. Ball was a little low. 1-2 now. The 1-2 count. Hits that to right. Easy play for Harrigan. 2 down.
Now batting for the Riptide, left fielder, number 36.
So it works so far
Michael
from
Peabody.
Bollinger in this inning to set down 2 of the 3 all dangerous hitters that have been due up so far this inning.
Michael Peabody, the left fielder, up to bat as he takes that one high. Glove side 1-0. Peabody on the evening struck out, singled, had a stolen base, and lined out. Lined out to second on his last at bat as he fouls that pitch behind. 1-1. Even count now at 1-1. The 1-1. Bollinger misses away. 2-1. Dylan Rock on deck. The 2-1. Swings and misses. Evens a count at 2-2.
Just an overpowering fastball from Bollinger there. Got Peabody to swing right through it.
The 2-2. Chopper to second. Easy routine play. Easy play for Reyna So 3 down easily for the Saints. We will head to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Saints still up 5-1. You're listening to the Saints on YouTube Live, the official broadcast network of Arroyo Seco Baseball.
Thomas McCarthy.
Bottom of the 7th inning here. Saints up 5-1. Here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. Justin Lewis for the Riptide will remain on the mound. His first pitch to Thomas McCarthy is low, 1-0. The 1-0. McCarthy fouls that back. McCarthy with a strikeout, a flyout, and an RBI single. Lewis will face McCarthy, Harrigan, Forte, the bottom of the lineup. The one, that pitch, slow curve. It's that inside corner, 1-2. McCarthy calls a quick time. Lewis gets his sign, the 1-2. And McCarthy tried to sell that it hit, that curve hit his foot, but umpire didn't think so. So the count remained. So an even count at 2-2. McCarthy will walk back in the batter's box.
Lewis tried to get him with the back foot breaking ball. McCarthy thought it hit him in the back foot.
McCarthy fouls that out of play to the stands and skips into the trees. Count remains at 2-2. Misses high. Full count now at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Hits that to right field. A long run for Crosby, but he will grab that for the first out.
Now batting for the Saints, right fielder, number 10, Charlie Harrigan.
Charlie Harrigan, the right fielder, will step in for the Saints. Struck out, had a sac fly, and walked in his last appearance. First pitch, curveball just misses a little high, 1-0. The 1-0. Just misses inside. Thought he had that one. 2-0.
was the 30th pitch for Lewis so far in this ballgame. Only 11 have gone for strikes.
2-0. Swings and misses. 2-1. Just misses. Solomon tried to frame that pitch. 3-1 count now to Harrigan.
Lewis asking the umpire where that missed. It's risky business as a pitcher. Talking to the umpire about balls and strikes. Surefire way for you to not get a call.
The pitching coach exchanged a few words with the home plate umpire. Mound visit here.
And while it was a close pitch, with Lewis missing so often this game, it's not a pitch that you're going to get the call. Now with the umpire having to go out to interrupt the meeting, we'll see if the coach and pitcher and catcher, in fact, all have words for the umpire, and it seems like at least the pitching coach does.
I think so. I mean, he's like one of our best.
Lewis still giving words to the umpire.
Okay.
So play will resume as the Riptide's pitching coach will head back to the dugout. Count is 3-1 to Harrigan. Black step to second base. Matthews with the easy routine play to Anton, 2 down.
Now batting for the Saints.
So after the long
Left fielder,
discussion,
number 2,
mound visit,
Anthony
Riptide pick
Forte.
up a ground out here. So 2 outs for the Saints. Anthony Forte, the left fielder, up to bat. 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a strikeout. Takes down 1 for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Forte fouls that back and is behind on the count. 0-2. The 0-2. Got a piece of that one.
Even though that ended up near the third baseman, Forte actually fouled it off himself.
So the count remains at 0-2. Riptide trying to get out of this inning. Hits that to center, to left center field, and that will blooper and drop in for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Forte. This inning. Christian Scott at the top of the
Now
lineup
batting for the Saints.
will walk in
Center fielder, number
for the
12.
Saints.
It was a good piece of hitting from
Scott.
Forte. Took that high outside pitch, hit it where it was pitched. Looper just out of the reach of Blake Evans at short.
So 1 out for the Saints, and Christian Scott, the center fielder, up to bat. Tries to pick him off, and he does. So a quick little kick, and is able to throw out Forte over at first. We'll head to the top of the 8th inning. After 7 innings, the Saints remain up 5-1. You're watching the Saints on YouTube Live, the official broadcasting network of Arroyo Seco Baseball. And welcome back. Top of the 8th inning. Saints still up 5-1. Cade Bollinger back on the mound. He will face Dylan Rock, Chad Crosby, and Andre Antone. As the first pitch to Rock misses. 1-0.
Rock came into this game 8th in the California Collegiate League in batting average. 0 for 3 so far. It's definitely taking him out of the top 10.
Pitch is inside, 2-0.
Kind of for a little bit, but we're good. You gotta pick off. I was like, oh, yeah.
Riptide looking to spark a late inning rally here. The 2-0. It hits that too. That will get down. A little blooper
I think that's it, really.
to right,
I just,
a little bit above the infield. So base hit with no outs.
Now batting for the Riptide.
Brings things up for
Right
Chad
fielder,
Crosby, the right
number
fielder.
7, Chad Crosby.
yeah. And usually I have the same drop every.
Crosby 1 for 3 with the pop out of fly out and an infield single.
Okay.
That's the last at bat. Takes the first pitch outside and high, 1-0. Dylan Rock does have 9 stolen bases on the season, as Crosby fouls that one out of play. Evens the count now at 1-1. The 1-1. In the dirt. 2-1. Rock on first. No outs. 3-1. Crosby fouls that in the back out of play. Full count now. A 3-2. Bollinger's ready. 3-2. Garriola will field that, step on first and throw the second. So an easy double play for Garriola. Little 3-6 double play. So all of a sudden, Riptide are down on
Now
the last
batting for
out.
the Riptide.
At this top of the 8th
number
inning.
30, Andre Antone.
Good play from Garriola, quick thinking to just step on the bag and throw on over to second. Cowley wise to remember to lay down the tag as it was no longer a force out once Garriola went the short way to first before throwing.
First pitch to Andre Antone is high 1-0. Antone, the pair of singles and a flyout. The 1-0. Hits that to Cowley. Throws it across for the final out. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Saints still up 5-1. You're watching the Saints on YouTube Live, the official network of Arroyo Seco Baseball. And welcome back. Bottom of the 8th inning and a new pitcher for the Orange County Riptide. Number 26, Taylor Penley out of Howard Junior College. Four and 6 innings. Penley has walked 5, gave up 12 hits, struck out 5, and gave up 8 runs.
Yeah, this is his 5th appearance, only thrown 4 2/3 innings in his first 4. Like you said, 8 earned runs.
He will face the top of the lineup with Scott, Reyna, and Cowley. 2-0 to Scott is fouled out of play. Two and 1. Scott swings and misses, could not keep up with that high fastball. Evens the count at 2-2. Scott grounded out twice, reach on an error. Was hit by a pitch in his last appearance. 2-2. Swings and misses. Solomon held to the foul tip in. 1 down.
Now batting for the Saints.
Well, Penley
Second baseman,
definitely a struggle
number 4,
with blocking batters.
David
And also
Reyna.
been giving up a lot of hits. He's no stranger to the strikeout pitch. So that's his 6th, and now 5 innings of work.
Brings things up for David Reyna, the second baseman. First pitch misses inside, and it's a away from Solomon's glove, 1-0. Reyna on the evenings, a pair of strikeouts, a ground out, and a walk. The 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. Reyna fouls out back and out of play. Count is now 2-1. Breaks his back. And an easy throw for Fidel for the
Now
second out.
batting for the Saints, shortstop number 21, Drew Cowley.
A good pitch from Penley. Got ready to break his bat in the weak. Ground ball, easy play by Fidel.
So Drew Cowley, the shortstop, will step in. Quick little mound of.
Why did they run?
There's actually going to be a pitching change going here for the Riptide.
He threw 9 pitches. How did he get his outs? One was
Riptide trying to get out of this inning. One final out. Saints remain in the lead of 5-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Riptide, number 27.
Ladies
Michael
and gentlemen,
DeFilippi.
your attention please. There is a pitching change for the Riptide. Now on the mound,
DeFilippi,
number 27,
sophomore,
Michael DeFilippi
out of
from the University
of
of Pacific.
Pacific in Stockton, California. DeFilippi on the year, gone 10 innings, gave up 4 runs, struck out 5, gave up 13 hits and walked 3 batters. As he gets a little quick warm-up time. Saints, meanwhile, trying to pick up first victory as after falling yesterday in a heartbreaking loss to the Barons, trying to bounce back. While also trying to break the Riptide's 3-game winning streak here. So DeFilippi will face Drew Cowley, the tough lefty-lefty matchup, as the first pitch barely misses. 1-0.
Kind of interesting to see the Riptide go from one lefty to another. It's not like they're changing pitchers for the matchup. I guess maybe just trying to get everyone that they wanted to, at least one batter faced.
The 2-0. In the dirt. Quick 3-0 count. Final line for Taylor Penley. 2/3 and a strikeout. 3-0. To the middle for a strike. 3-1. Cowley 0 for 4 with a pair of groundouts and a pair of flyouts. Looking to get his first hit. The 3-1. Chopper to second. And easy out with Matthews. And we will head to the top of the 9th inning, where the Saints will look to put the nail in the coffin here. At the end of 8, Saints are still up 5-1. You're watching the Saints on YouTube Live, the official network of Arroyo Seco Baseball.
Solomon.
Welcome back here, Pasadena, California, home of the Arroyo Seco Saints. Top of the 9th inning, the Saints looking to pick up a win this evening. New pitcher on, number 29, Chris Burnett of Cal Poly Pomona. First pitch to Josh Solomon, the catcher, is away, 1-0.
Saints also making a few defensive changes. Harrigan has moved into first base from right field. Fortes moved to right from left field. But unfortunately, I cannot tell who has moved into left.
One and one count to Solomon. It's that inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Excuse me, 1-2. Burnett on the year, 5 innings. Gave up 1 run. Struck out 7. Gave up 3 hits and then walked 3. Even count now at 2-2.
We've gotten word Nolan Tressler has come into the game in left.
And Solomon hits that to Tressler. Speaking of Tressler, for a base hit and 1 on for the
Now
Riptide.
batting for the Riptide.
Trying to
Number
spark
14,
the last
Caleb
inning.
Denny.
Little rally here. Keep their win streak alive.
And Tito Robles, the final defensive change, is in at third base.
First pitch is just misses. 1-0. Facing Caleb Denny, the pinch hitter out of University of Arkansas. Hits that outside corner there. He was the count at 1-1. Solomon at first. Pickoff attempt over at first, but Solomon's back in safely. Denny on the ears, hitting a 250. with 10 hits. Gets that outside glove side corner for 1 and 2. Denny with 2 home runs, 7 singles, a double. 1 run batted in. The 1-2 fouls that back. Count remains at 1 and 2. Pick off a tempo at first. Nothing there. Solomon's back in.
Interesting to see Burnett kind of so concerned with Solomon over at first. Have a 5-1 lead. Runner's really not important.
In the dirt, loses his hat on the pitch. Evens the count at 2 and 2. Two, misses high. Full count. They're an 0 and 2 count. Burnett has fallen behind at 3 and 2. Payoff pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. It's a 2-on for the Riptides and no outs.
Now batting
Pitch
for the
hitter
Riptide, number 38,
for Connor
Chris
Obey
Aubert.
is number 38, Chris Aubert. Out of University of Hawaii Hilo. Teammates with the Saints, Race Gardner. First pitch misses, 1-0.
Aubert in 9 games, batting .200. He's 4 for 20. All 4 hits have gone for singles. So really, the Riptide here just going for a matchup move. Lefty batter against a right-handed pitcher.
Saints trying to hold on to this lead. The 1-0. It's that top left corner there for a strike. Evens the count at 1 and 1. Saints trying to pick up their 5th win on the season. The 1-1. Fouls that back. 1 and 2 now. One, 2. Hits that to left field. Tressler is there. 1 down.
Now batting for the Riptide, shortstop, number 15, Blake Evans.
So Blake Evans, the shortstop, up now with 1 out. First pitch, and he pops that up. Robles is there. 2nd out, so 1 pitch, 1 out for Burnett. And just like that, the Saints
Now
went
batting
from
for the
2 on,
Riptide,
facing 2 on with no outs
number
to all of a
5,
sudden 2
Carson
on and 2 outs.
Matthews.
leaving the Riptide with the last chance here. Carson Matthews, the second baseman. Chops that to third. Robles with the throw. There, scoop, and that will do it after the end. So Burnett escapes out of a little mini jam. And the Saints hold on to the
that's
lead.
your ball game, folks.
After then, final of the game,
score,
the Saints
five,
go on to win 5-1.
Riptide 1. Ladies
The
and
Saints
gentlemen, thank you
picked
for
up their
attending
fifth
tonight's
win.
Arroyo Seco Saints game.
And are now
Our next
5-6.
home game is tomorrow,
While the Riptide, who
Friday,
just
June
had a 3
21st, against the Conejo Oaks.
wins
Game time
winning
will
streak,
be at
has been
6:05
snapped
p.m. Hope
fall
to
to
see you all back
7-5.
at the ballpark tomorrow. But for now, good night and drive home safe.
So a great overall game for both sides. The better job offensively and pitching-wise for the Saints, as they were able to escape jams and rely on, take a piece of hitting. What do you think they have to do to keep on that little, maybe start a little hot streak on their own?
I think they really just got to do what they did tonight. Looking at the box score, really no one player stood out. Yes, Garriola and Forte both had 3 hits, but it's not like one batter drove in all the runs or one guy was the one scoring all the runs. And then on the other side of the ball, Colin King, Cade Bullinger, and Chris Burnett really so solid on the mound tonight. Colin King, 3 1/3 scoreless innings. Bullinger pitched 4 2/3 innings, only giving up 1 run. And then Chris Burnett came in to shut the door. Just an all-around solid performance, and I really don't think. I think as long as they kind of just repeat what we saw tonight, they can keep winning.
So you saw it here, folks. Great team ball on all 3 aspects for the game. As tomorrow, as the Saints will continue the little homestand tomorrow, same time at 6:05, as Justin Kleinstorch is scheduled to start for the Saints, as they will take on the Conejo Oaks out of Thousand Oaks. As for Orange County, they will hit the road for a long road trip to San Luis Obispo. First pitch at 6 o'clock. As the Saints will play them on Saturday. From Pasadena, California, you have been watching YouTube Live, the official network of Arroyo Seco Saints baseball. This has been Nicola Rojo alongside Mitchell Lefebvre saying good night and enjoy your Thursday or Friday, wherever you're at.